Yep. Recording, bro. We're live.
Oh, let's go. Let's see, here we go. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the State of Course podcast. I'm on here getting ready to drop an episode with the homie Calvin at the Kelly Hustler. This guy's making bank, bro. You guys don't even know, and you guys need to go ahead and hit this guy up on his YouTube channel. We'll get into all the details later, but on Instagram, the Kelly Hustle, man. Thank you for doing this, Kelly.
Yes,
And
sir.
boom, we're gonna get into it, man. Peace. So there we go. Send that story out.
You
All right, man.
Did you tag me in it?
I have not tagged you. Let me go ahead and do that real quick.
Yeah,
And
tag me in it.
this is all live. This is all being recorded. So guess what,
Okay,
man?
yeah.
No, it's all good. Yeah, let them enjoy everything, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, tag me in it. That way, my folks can see it too.
Yeah.
I've grown so much. Like, bro, I was never a fan of like it took me the longest time to get on social media in general. Like when I first met
Right.
my wife. So it's going on. I met my wife, 2011, late.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
she just turned 20 when I met her, and she's about to be 29. But anyways, yeah.
And
So it's
you
been. I
guys
mean,
have been rocking together for a minute now, then.
yeah. So it's been a minute, and but I remember when I first met her. I didn't have Facebook. I didn't do none of that. I didn't do it, and
Yeah.
I would always jack her Facebook and add all my buddies that were on Facebook to her Facebook page. And that's
Yeah.
how I would get down with everyone. And then finally, she was like, "I'm making you a Facebook, babe." So that
Hell yeah.
kind of started the curse.
Hey, but it's funny you say that because that is like a curse, man. Because as much as useful as this is, man, if you ain't careful with it, man, this thing is just a mind warp of a technical apparatus. You know what I mean?
Bro, it can be vicious, and so kind of on that kind of to that point, like I'm just now kind of branching out into other avenues of social media, and I've kind of had Instagram before, never really tried to grow or really was ever really active on there, but since I started all this YouTube stuff, man, um, a big way of growing in the niche that I'm in with resellers. Is Instagram. Instagram's a great platform for it. So organically, bro, like
Right.
there's things you can do to kind of like push, your followers and all that stuff. I'm trying to be as organic as possible. Now,
Right.
that's not to kind of get it confused with advertising or paying for ads. Like
Right.
I wouldn't mind paying for ads and putting it out there in front of a YouTube. You see the pre-rolls on YouTube, the
Yeah.
ads. Like sometimes you see people trying to sell some stuff. I wouldn't mind putting an ad out there for myself to promote my brand, but like paying for followers, that type of stuff, I'm not
Oh
with
yeah.
that.
No.
So organically, uh, this time around on Instagram has been booming, bro. And I have like, I'm reaching 600. I mean, it's not crazy, but I'm reaching
Yeah.
600 followers on Instagram, and the reason I'm happy about that is because it's just been organic, bro.
Right. You're not paying to get those extra boosts.
Hell no.
Dude, I get every time I post something, I get that little notification on the gram or on Facebook saying,
Yep.
"Hey, you can boost and reach so many more people for $10." I
Yeah.
don't want to do that either. I
Yeah.
don't care if it's only $10.
Yeah. So here's the thing. So that one's okay. That's okay
Okay.
because you're not paying for followers. But what you're gonna do when you boost a post, you can target a demographic, bro. So
Okay.
so let's say you can boost your post. You could target anyone who follows Joe Rogan.
Right. Oh, that's how that works. Then I've never looked into it. I just didn't want to go. I want my podcast to take off on its own as well. I want to be able to say that, hey man, grassroots from the ground up, and
Absolutely.
you know what I'm saying. I mean, I don't have that many followers either, bro. This is all brand new.
Hell
But
yeah.
I started literally about a month ago, and I've already
Yeah.
maybe the podcast originally started as Roar Podcast, which was a little bit more faith oriented,
Well,
and then I changed it because
yeah.
things happen. You evolve. Go
It's
ahead.
crazy. It's crazy, bro. I remember when you first dropped the Roar podcast, man, and and I downloaded it, bro. I mean, I listened on SoundCloud, bro. I didn't listen to like every episode or listen,
Yeah.
but I tuned into you, bro. And so I know I was just talking to my wife because she was at the grocery store and she was like, "Babe, I'm just gonna." I told her I didn't want none for Father's Day, and I know I'll get a little something, but I'm not like that, bro. I don't like celebrating type of stuff like that. Even for like my birthday, I don't want this big extravagant stuff. But she was like, she went to the grocery store. She was like, "Babe, I'm just gonna cook for you whatever you want this weekend."
Right.
Yo, all weekend I'm just gonna get you fat. I was like, that's what I want.
That's what's
So,
happening right there.
but she came down. She was like, babe, do you still want me to cook that chilaquiles for you? I was like, hell yeah. Like, I was like, I'm not turning that down.
Saturday
So,
morning?
hell yeah. So I was like, yeah, cook that. But I was like, it's crazy because I showed her to kind of hit on your point, bro. From the Roar podcast where you're kind of on SoundCloud to where now obviously technology's evolved and certain platforms evolved. But like I open up my Spotify screen, bro, and you're right there. Your logo right there is in, yeah, bro. It's awesome.
I appreciate that, man. Because you know, bro. I mean, I'm assuming that you probably went through the same thing, man. I don't think that when you start doing something, you don't necessarily know where this is gonna go, man. You just kind of throw it out there, and I don't know. I don't know if you want to call it faith. I don't know if you want to call it hope. I don't know if you want to call it the universe. Whatever people want to call it.
Yeah.
You just kind of throw it out there and see where the wind takes it. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, I'm no one of influence. I'm no one of influence. I don't have like a ton of friends and all that, but I like getting to know people. And I thought, dude, see, I listen to Joe Rogan, and he talks to people that have connections. He's connected. There's no way that I'll ever be his size. You know what I mean? As far as a podcast go,
he's a king, bro. He's a king.
Yeah, exactly. So, in my opinion, I think that the people that are out here just as common as I am have as good a story or as good of information as some of these guys do. Granted, they're not special. Maybe we're not specialists, but here I am talking to you, and you're gaining your expertise in your field.
Absolutely.
You know, and as we're talking, I'm also trying to become an expert in what I'm doing. And I'm nowhere close to being where I need to be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so you got to look at it like this, bro. Like, of course, you know, there's the cliche, and it's true. I'm not trying to dog it. There's a cliche, you know, when you go into something or, you know, of course it's, you know, I do this because, you know, I want to have fun. I want to try to help people and all that stuff. But it's a business, bro. It's a business. Like, at the end of the day, there's an end goal. And whatever you could, if there's another way, another, you know, stream, any type of way that you can bring additional income into your household, bro, why wouldn't you try to do it, right? And so,
right, exactly.
And so instead of going and getting another part-time job or, you know, starting another type of business, well, now there's this thing called podcasting. And now the fact that guys like Joe Rogan and other guys under him and girls under him, whatever, now you see the potential that podcasting can bring you just by talking about things you enjoy and have a passion for. Ultimately, you can bring money into your household. You can bring streams of revenue and help your family do extra things in life, man. And you know, you never know. Ultimately, one day it could lead into being a full-time podcaster, bro. But it's always baby steps. It's baby steps, you know. Initially, you're doing it for fun, you know.
Right. So check this out. It's funny you say that because I work for the school district, bro, and I work in one of the departments where the sites where they send us emails telling us to cut a check for certain services that we receive throughout the district. So the other day I got an email saying, "Hey, I need you to key off this this invoice," and I looked at the invoice and it said podcasts on there. I said, "What? Let me look at this invoice." I said, "Let me look at this invoice." There was 15 episodes on this, 15 1-hour episodes on this invoice.
Yeah.
We cut a check for $30,000, homie.
Jeez.
The school district.
Yeah.
Cut a check for $30,000 for 15 episodes of a podcast. Well, okay, what was on it is I'm sure there was something instructional, something educational, something for distant learning that we're going with the whole COVID thing that we got going on.
Yeah. Oh
But
yeah.
nevertheless, it was an expert speaking on a topic that was going to be beneficial to somebody,
Yeah.
teachers,
Mm-hmm.
whatever, and they got paid.
That's
So
crazy, bro.
so ultimately, you're right, man. I'm doing this as a passion right now, and honestly, I'll be honest with you, man. I'm still doing a lot more homework. I haven't necessarily found out how to make revenue besides getting the downloads and the streams. And once that becomes a little bit more heavier traffic, then you begin to see some kind of monetization. But until then, I love doing this, man. I haven't seen you in forever, bro. So I'm happy to talk to you. I'm happy to catch up with you and figure out where you're at, man.
Hell
Let's
yeah,
get
bro.
into it.
Hell yeah, bro. Awesome.
So check it out. Man. The last that was a good intro, actually, man. Very organic. Just kind of go into it.
Boom.
I hate when I point it out, but it's kind of something that I notice when, as someone that's trying to get a podcast together. You know what I'm saying? You see the fluidity of things. So I learned from these moments. So the last time that we actually physically saw each other, we were both working for a pretty big the salty snack manufacturing industry. How about that, bro? How long ago was that?
Dude, so I stopped. I quit March of 2015. And I remember because it was I did my 5 years there, bro. A little after March. After I hit my 5 years. So I believe you took off, definitely you took off before me, maybe a year before I left. Yeah. And I remember the the whole situation. I just remember you saying like, yeah, bro, like I'm kind of I just want to be happy. I want to be with my family. You know, I'm cashing out my 401k. We'll be all right. My 401k is kind of stacked right now. And you know, I'm just gonna figure it out. And I felt that, bro. Like I think there were so many people that were like looking at you when you did it and wish they could have done the at Frito-Lay, bro, it's like I never want to dog the company.
No.
I think mainly because there's a bunch of great people that we met through there. And I never want to dog the company, bro, but just there comes a point in time where like the pay doesn't matter, bro. The money doesn't matter. You realize like when you're getting home and you're tired, and we gotta work and we gotta go through things to bring an income to our households and stuff. But there's a tipping point, bro. And I reached mine, and obviously you reached yours.
Yeah. So check this out. There's a little insight into that, man. So I had a plan, bro. And life happens. Sometimes things don't go as planned. However, I do not regret actually leaving. Okay. Here. Let me say this right now. I made the most money I've ever made in my life with Frito-Lay. Thank you, Frito-Lay.
Yeah, thank you.
They taught me a lot of things, man. I learned a lot. As a matter of fact, a lot of the jobs that I had afterwards, not a lot of, but the couple that I had afterwards, a lot of the experience that made me a qualified candidate was because of everything that I picked up from them.
Yeah.
Because it was the most structured, the more rigorous as well, out of all the jobs I've done.
Absolutely.
So what happened was, bro, I woke up one morning like at midnight, strapping on my boots, bro, and putting on my uniform, and I was like, man, I don't know if I can do this for 15 years, man. Even if people don't start at midnight, the route that I had to do, I had to be at my first stop by 2:30.
Oh yeah.
And if you wanted to get done early in the morning, so I'd look over, see my wife. Dude, I missed 5 or 6 years of my kids' activities at school.
Yeah.
I didn't get to take them to school. I didn't go on field trips. I didn't get to do birthday parties because I was too tired. I swear to God, bro, I was tired. I was just like, hey, you guys go. Take them to Chuck E. Cheese. So it was crazy. And one day I was just like, you know what, this has got to change, man. I'm missing out on my family. My family is the most valuable and precious thing that I have, bro.
Well,
nothing can buy that.
That's the only reason why you were even working in the first place, bro.
Yeah, exactly. So so long story short, man, I ended up cutting out. But guess what really tripped me out was that I got a call from Ryan Flannery. Shout out to Ryan
Yeah.
Flannery.
Ryan,
He
my boy.
called. He called me. He called me up like about a year later. And he goes, "Guess what?" I go, "What's up?" He goes, "I did the exact same thing you did. I got the hell out of Dodge, and I went to go buy furniture from him at Jerome's, dog.
Hell yeah.
You know,
Ryan,
but
dude, Ryan's another one. Ryan, so me and Ryan have a cool kind of a story with Frito-Lay. I haven't talked to him like personally in a while. I mean, we reach out on Facebook every once in a while. I'll see some, I'll throw a comment, whatever, you know, kind of keep in touch like that way. But so before I started working at Frito-Lay, when I was getting hired on as a merchandiser, I did a ride along with Ryan and kind of walked side by side with him. And then once I got promoted to sales, he trained me, you know? So me and Ryan Flannery, that's my boy right there, man.
Yeah, he's a cool cat, man. I love working with the guy, man. So long story short, man, you ended up finally saying, "All right, I'm out." But I remember that you had started something, a project. I don't even know if you're still invested in it, but you had what is it, Scrubs?
Yeah, man. So
the auto detail. So what happened there? What's the word on Scrubs?
Yeah. So okay. So
definitely. Hold on. Let me interrupt you real quick.
Yeah.
Prior to me leaving, I remember you speaking. Man, I'm reading Poor Dad, Rich Dad. I'm reading. I'm reading like the 1 minute something. I forget what manager I think is what you were reading. You were telling me about these books, and you were talking about getting a hustle on, getting a business going, and I was like, man, this guy. Since then, I knew you were going to do something. Yeah. I just didn't know which direction you were going to go. But then you jumped on this auto detailing thing. Yeah. Now where were you at with that? What happened there?
Yeah, bro. So obviously, I mean that business failed, man. It was a failed business. But so kind of leading into that business, I to kind of get my feet wet, I was doing headlight restoration. So I started like a little side business before the big business. So I was doing headlight restoration, and it was after obviously reading all this Rich Dad Poor Dad stuff. It started out with reading Rich Dad Poor Dad. I was like, okay, it completely flipped my mindset, bro. Like, I always knew, like, since as long as I could remember, bro, like, I knew at the end of the day, like, financially, and I don't want to always bring it back to finances, but financially.
But, hey, it's an important part of life, bro.
Absolutely. But I always knew, like, in my mind, like, I don't know where I'm going to end up. I don't know what my career is going to be. I don't know what I'm going to be doing, but I know I'm going to be fine. At the end of the day, when it's all said and done, I'm gonna be able to be in a position to where I can provide for my family. I can go and do extracurricular things, nothing crazy, but I never thought that money would be a hindrance of me doing extra things that I wanted to do. Once it was finally said and done. So kind of fast forward. So I finally came across this book. It was Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I read that book. Completely changed my mindset, bro. And it kind of unlocked my brain almost to kind of like a fault in a sense. But so it unlocked that. So I started. I met this guy at Vaughn's at I forget which one it is. The one off of Palm, right off the 805.
Oh yeah. Saturday. I know
the one up more. South Bay, yeah.
South Bay.
So I started at that Vaughn's over there, and I met this guy, and he was a lot younger, but he was always talking about cars and how he fixed cars and stuff like that. And so I was like, okay, this is cool. So I was like, bro, I got money. Like, let's buy a car, let's fix it up, and let's flip it. And he was like, okay, I'm down. So I did that for one car, and I instantly figured out that this kid's young. Although I know he wants to make money, he wasn't about the business. And so when I put up $500, expecting to get a return, when we say we're going to get a return, I expect that money. $500 is no joke. And so ultimately the car sold, we got the money, but I kind of washed my hands of that situation. So, you kind of go down other avenues and rabbit holes. And I started doing headlight restoration because my little brother was detailing. You know, in San Diego, mobile detailing is huge, bro. There's so much competition.
Business.
Hell yeah. So my little brother was working for a guy that was doing mobile detailing. My brother would always say, "Bro, we could do this. Like, this is easy. Like, I know all the ins and outs and everything." And I was like, "All right, bro, I hear you." And then finally, I was like, "You know what? Let me start this little side venture while I'm working at Frito." And the first bad signal about it, and I was already mentally kind of preparing myself to get one foot out the door. I rocked a hat that I got made that said "Rainy Day Optics Headlight Restoration." Right. And one of the managers, bro, I'm not gonna call out names, but one of the managers came up to me and he was like, "What's up with that hat?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" He was like, "What business is that? You're not supposed to be like promoting other businesses." Mind you, I'm wearing a Padre hat every single day of the week. And we're not even supposed to be wearing Padre hats.
Exactly.
But now, because I'm wearing something that I'm actually creating, you're going to call me out on it? So I was like, that's bullshit. So that accelerated, what I was trying to do. So I went from headlight restoration. I started buying equipment, bro. And and then I met a mentor that I met through YouTube, bro. As a mobile detailer. At this point, when I was watching him, he had like 60,000 subscribers, bro, as a mobile detailer on YouTube. And I reached out to him one day and I was like, "Hey, man, I know you probably get a lot of requests and questions and stuff." I was like, "I'm getting ready to start this detailing business. I just want to soak up some game, soak up some knowledge. Everything I've learned from watching your YouTube videos." And he got back to me like 9:00 that night, bro. And he was like, "Bro, come out here. I got 2 details tomorrow." And he's in Orange County, so that's about a 2-hour drive.
That's an investment, homie.
An investment, bro. So I did it. I went out there, and it kind of just accelerated that, and it pushed me. And I started doing the detail business, bro. Quit my job at Frito-Lay after 5 years. Ooh. At that point, I had just my baby was born in August. My second baby was born in August, and I quit my job at Frito-Lay. Benefits, cash.
Yo.
Quit it, cold turkey, bro. And I hopped right into the detailing. And I had a business partner, one of my good friends from high school. He's still my brother. Sometimes business and friendship doesn't work all the time. Right. He didn't quit his job at Smart and Final. He was there, and I didn't expect him to.
Yeah.
He was at Smart and Final since we were 18, and so he was there for a long time, and I understood that. But I told him from the start, I was like, "Bro, I don't want a cash investor. I want somebody who's literally going to be out there grinding with me." And he's like, "Yeah, bro, I'm going to get to it eventually." But he didn't. Yeah, but he kind of, and he didn't. And I was the one on my end. I was like, "Damn, bro, I laid everything down on the line. Like, I just had a second baby. Like, I gave up everything, bro. And I'm really putting all my eggs into this basket." And I grew animosity to the situation because I felt like I was alone, bro.
Yeah.
And he had the comfort of that job still. I put it all out there. I risked everything, bro. So that is one of the reasons why the business ultimately failed. And I don't want to put it on him. I'm going to blame it on myself because the simple fact is, once I started detailing and getting really into it, bro, I took pride in the jobs and the work that I did. But as I was doing it, I got that sense of Frito-Lay again. Like that physical labor, the manual labor. And I was like, that's one of the reasons why I got out of Frito-Lay, bro. And one of the reasons, so I fell back into that trap. It was a little better because I was working for myself. I was my own boss, all that stuff. But it fell into, I did not enjoy what I was doing.
Hold up. Let me pause you right here, man, because you're speaking some truth right now, man. So, and this goes into everything that's happening right now, because during this COVID thing, as you probably know, I started baking pizzas, and I started looking into mobile ovens. Mm-hmm. I'm looking into mobile ovens. But the other day, I had a little not a birthday, but a promotional celebration for my oldest son, 13. Yep. He's graduated from middle school, going to high school. Heck yeah. And I was sitting there the night before prepping dough and all that, and I couldn't explain why I was so frustrated doing it, bro. Mm-hmm. And right now that you're talking about it, it just clicked. It's like, dude, I fell into that system of an actual physical grind, so I don't know how much I really want to go that route unless I'm actually just pouring money into it and having other people do it.
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
because for me myself, man, that was a grind because I baked. That was only 10 pizzas, and that was I prepped the dough at night, baked them during the day. 95-degree out here, man. I mean, you're in San Diego. You know what I'm saying? The kitchen was almost 200 degrees.
Hell yeah.
You know?
Definitely.
So yeah, that you make sense. You fall into that grind and you get a sense of like, dude, what am I doing? I just fell right back into the same situation I previously found myself in.
Hell yeah,
so what happened next?
And it's it's always baby steps. But yeah, no. So the business, so that business failed, bro. And I was actually, when it first popped off, bro, I was excited. You know, I was on my grind, bro. I actually So I don't know if you're familiar with Scott and BR, a local sports talk out in San Diego.
No.
So Mighty 1090. So Mighty 1090. I don't know if they're on air anymore because they had some issues over there at Mighty 1090. But so Scott and BR were like the biggest sports talk radio show in San Diego, bro. And I had listened to them for years, bro, since I was in high school. But one of the coolest things I ever did was, you know, with that business, you know, on Twitter, I reached out. I was listening to their show, reached out to them on Twitter because they were talking about a mobile podcast studio and how they could go and just be mobile and do that everywhere. And I was like, mobile podcast studio. I tweeted them, mobile podcast studio is awesome, but how about a free car detail from the Car Scrubs Mobile Detailing? And bro, they started talking about for like a solid minute on the radio on their show, bro.
Free advertisement,
bro. And it was a cool thing. And so I kind of followed up with their producer, reached out to their producer. I never heard anything back, but I only did it one time. I didn't pound it. So that was probably my fault of not taking advantage of that opportunity. But it was whatever. I thought it was cool just to be out there on the airwaves.
Bro.
You know, so I did that, and then so that was when I first started. But then again, you get caught into that work and the grind. And it was like, nah, this ain't it, bro. So the business started failing, and ultimately it failed. And I was more so just doing it because I needed to make money. I wasn't promoting it, very little, and you know, kind of just word of mouth. I would get jobs here and there. So then, you know, you fast forward till today, but that always gave me, I had the entrepreneurial mindset, bro, and I knew I was gonna fall into something. And it's always good to taste certain things, bro, because then you'll figure it out. You know, if you don't like certain things, it's good. Then you save yourself from not investing so much money into it. Right. So you fast forward. My father-in-law had just retired from his job, and he's originally from Iowa, and he was like, "Look, I'm gonna sell my house in San Diego because I'm gonna be living off my pension." And my mortgage is going to eat up most of my pension. So I'm moved back home to Iowa, live comfortably, just live off my pension. I don't have to work. You know, it's a true retirement. So he asked me if we wanted to go, and there was a big rift between me and my in-laws, bro, like initially because I married their daughter. You know, that's, you know.
Yeah.
I'm taking my mother away from her daughter. So it was crazy stuff. So there was a big rift for like a couple months. And then finally, bro, like I thought about it one night, and I just like had an epiphany, bro. Like I knew deep down, I didn't want to be working for anyone else, bro, and that's just me. And so I was like, if I can move, you're telling me I can move to Iowa, literally cut our expenses right in half. I could still find a job just to get started, and then I'd be able to take more risk with my money and investing in certain businesses because I don't have to worry about the huge expenses and overheads of being in San Diego. So I thought about it. I was like, I'm moving to Iowa, bro. And that was one of the hardest things I ever did. I was 35 at the time, born and raised in San Diego, bro. And a kid from a San Diego kid moving from San Diego to the middle of Iowa, bro. That's a crazy thing. So I took that risk, and ultimately I was still looking for stuff to do. I was in car sales. I was at Verizon, but I always had my eye in the other ways to make money. And I kind of just fell into eBay, bro, and that's what I'm doing full time right now, bro. I'm a full time reseller, and it's amazing.
So how did that even start? How did you even get into like, hey man, let me go ahead and what was the first item that you looked at and said, let's go put this on eBay and see what happens? I'm sure you didn't know what to expect, or had you already been doing your research and trying to figure out? I mean, how did that go about?
Yeah, bro. So So I sold a little bit. You know, I think everyone, like growing up playing baseball, you get those boxes of candy bars that kind of go around and sell. So you kind of build up a little bit of a mindset from that point. And one of the illest things that kind of one of my first things of experience of reselling, bro, to be honest, man, I was like 19, 20 years old, bro. And I was, for the most part, I was a straight edge, cool kid. You know, I did my partying. I played football, I did my drinking, not crazy, but on the weekends we partied. But I slanged a little bit of weed, bro. I slanged a little bit of weed, and I was so garbage at doing it, just a straight novice, bro. I got pulled over one time, right in the southeast, bro. Got pulled over because I was picking up a few of my cousins from a house, and I was going to pick them up. We were gonna go. I don't know what the hell we were gonna do, but I was picking them up, and the cops pulled us over. And the reason they pulled us over is they were gang detail cops. And so they were looking for gang members, and they knew we were kind of like low-key squares, but they said, "You guys got any weed in the car?" And I was like, "Nah," but they was like, "All right, we're gonna go check." At that time, I wasn't like trying to argue or do any of that stuff, so we all got out the car, bro, and they found a Q. It was a QP, and that was the end of my slanging days. But that was my first like kind of real taste of flipping, bro. So, kind of fast forward.
But on eBay.
Yeah, so on eBay, when you fast forward, so I originally wanted to do like e-commerce, like Shopify. I wanted to set up like a Shopify website and do drop shipping. So drop shipping meant I didn't have to touch any product. If somebody ordered something, they're on my website ordering something, but as soon as they order, a company is fulfilling that order for me. Right. And so I was looking into that, and then on YouTube, you go down rabbit holes, bro. Yeah, then I came across somebody reselling on eBay. So then I just started watching video after video after video, bro. And the first thing I started doing was selling stuff around my house because it was free. And, kind of get my feet wet and get that taste of it, because I wasn't going to go gung-ho if I started doing something and then, I didn't enjoy it. So I started getting my feet wet. I started tasting, and I was like, this is crazy, bro. Like, I'm literally waking up, and I seen that I'm making money while I'm sleeping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would see the PayPal funds coming in while I'm sleeping. So I'm like, okay, there's something here. So then once I really started getting good at going out to thrift stores and garage sales and stuff like that, bro, it was just a wrap. And then the more you watch other content creators on YouTube, there's good ones and then there's bad ones. But the more you watch these people, they don't even have to talk, bro. There's a guy on YouTube. His name is Cincinnati Picker. He has 100,000 subscribers, bro, as a reseller. Like his pages took off. But he's so down to earth. He's awesome. Literally, I watched his garage selling videos for hours, bro. He would go to garage sale after garage sale after garage sale. And I would literally get an idea on things that he was buying. So when I was out there at garage sales, now I have an idea as well. And of course, there's always new categories that you don't know and you got to look stuff up. But the more I watched, it was exploding. So now I'm able to buy certain things in different categories and just make a lot more money, bro. So, that's how the whole reselling came about, bro. Initially, it started with doing some Shopify stuff, and then it got into eBay. So, the reselling game it's been really good to me, man.
Right. I've always thought about the same thing, man. Prior to getting the podcast going, I used to tell my wife, dude, I need a website because I need to build something to where I can sell stuff without actually having the product. I didn't know how to do it. I didn't even know how to go on YouTube. Man, I'm a big dummy, bro. I'm barely learning a lot of this stuff out.
Yeah.
So and my main source is now YouTube. That's where I go. That's where I go for everything. I've remodeled my kitchen. I've remodeled my bedrooms off of YouTube videos. You know what I mean? Because I'm not very handy.
Yeah.
But I always knew that I wanted to make money somehow with the website. I just didn't know how to go about it. So it's interesting that you did the same thing, but I didn't know as much as you knew, obviously. And I'm kind of glad that I have the thought, because even now with the podcast, that still seems like something that's viable.
Hell yeah, bro. I mean, so here's the thing. I mean, it's easy it's easy to set up an eBay account, bro. It's easy
Right,
to set up.
right.
It's easy to set up a PayPal account, bro. It's easy to find stuff around your house that you know you don't want,
Right.
and you can make some money off of, bro. So when it's one of those businesses that you can kind of just post it somewhere and just let it do its thing, and you got some passive income coming in, bro. I mean, that's one of the best ways to make money, man. Now it's not truly passive because you're putting in the work to get the items and you're listing, but when you can make money while you're asleep, bro, that's fire.
So how does eBay actually work, though, man? From my understanding, is that it's auction type stuff, right? Isn't that what? Or do you have fixed prices?
Yeah, bro. So there's auction. So eBay is awesome, bro. Like Amazon's came in and they kind of took over the e-commerce game. Like anything online, like you can go to Amazon, you can find. And there's certain niche or certain brands that you can't find on there, but for the most part, anything you want to get access to, it's on Amazon. So eBay was kind of like more of they were the first to the market in this kind of stuff, man. They were the first big, kind of conglomerate, if you want to say, like an Amazon. But they're more so like old school. And before I got on eBay, that's what I thought too. It's just auction stuff. But no, bro, it's just like Amazon, man. In a sense, the reason why I love eBay so much, and why I don't even go on Amazon, bro, to be quite honest. Every once in a while I'll look for something. But eBay is geared towards a certain market, bro. Let's say some of the stuff you grew up with in your childhood, bro. Right. Just anything, whether it's a toy, whether it's a game, whether it's something, bro. You can, if you want to relive and nostalgia and stuff like that, you can literally go on eBay, bro, and you can find it. It's the biggest pre-owned marketplace online and in the world, bro.
Right.
So that's why I love eBay, and that's why I love that niche. But there's auctions, so you can set certain items to an auction. You can set certain items to buy it now, to where there's no auction. You just set your own price, and then there's an option that within that buy it now, setting your own price, you can set. You could allow offers, and you can allow somebody to make if I put a hat on there and I want $50 for it, I will allow offers, but the lowest offer I'll take is $35. So the people will know that when they're putting in an offer. If they put in $34, it'll automatically decline it. So then they know they got to step it up. But yeah, no, it's more than just auction, bro. It's like literally, it's just like Amazon, man.
Right.
But they do have the option of auctioning stuff off. So.
All right, so check this out. How do you determine what price you're going to give on certain items?
Yeah, bro. So it's a market research, bro. So the easiest, that's the thing. That's one of the kind of the it's not even hard once you know it, but that's one of the things that people are like, when you're first getting into it, you got to learn. So it's literally you open up the eBay app, bro. Let's say, you have some Cleto Reyes boxing gloves, bro.
Okay,
Cleto Reyes.
Okay,
Cleto Reyes boxing gloves, bro. So you type in, usually on most things, there's going to be an item number, there's going to be a tag number for the most part. But even if they're not, let's say you got a pair of green Cleto Reyes boxing gloves, bro. So you go on to eBay, you type in Cleto Reyes boxing gloves. You can even throw in green because it's specific to green. You'll go on there, bro, and you'll see 10 other gloves selling. So you gauge the market off of that. So if there's 10 gloves on there and they're all selling, the average price is, some selling for like 60, some selling for 70, you see some for 80, you see some for 50. You kind of want to play that middle ballpark. If you want to sell faster, you drop it a little bit. If you want a little bit more money because you know the value, you raise it up a little bit. But there's always that average of the market.
Okay.
And then you see what it's listed at, but then you have to click the option. There's an option in eBay. You click the option to toggle over to solds, and then you're seeing what it's actually sold for. So that's the real gauge of it right there. Because if you're just seeing what it's listed at, the market goes up and down. But if you see what it's sold at, solds are going to be for the last 90 days. So you get a better idea.
Right,
and that's how you're setting the price on all your items on eBay, bro. So you could literally go to a Goodwill, go to a Walmart. You can scan some games, and you'll see the price on there. Click over on the solds, and if you see, you pick up you go to Goodwill and you see a T-shirt, for example, that you can get for $2, and you look that T-shirt up, you see, whoa, this T-shirt just sold for $25. Well, for $2, I'm gonna take that shirt.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know what it's selling for. It's really easy to look up prices, bro. Like you can go around your house, type in the search on eBay, and stuff pops up, and you're like, whoa, I didn't know I had that.
Fired up.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's, and now that's what I do whenever I go anywhere now, bro. Any store. I was at a grocery store yesterday, bro. I bought 6 pairs of Crocs.
Right.
Because I got them each for about $20, and right now they're going on eBay for $60.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? So anywhere I go, I'm looking stuff up, bro. I always got my eye open now.
That's a trip, man. So the other day, I sold a Nintendo Wii with like 20 games, bro, and a bunch of those little animation Skylander units, and the PS3 with the same thing. Everything was broke. But and I tried to go on eBay, man, and I couldn't figure it out for nothing, bro. I was on my app though. I didn't open up the laptop. I was on my phone, and I decided to just put it on OfferUp, and I feel like I got robbed on OfferUp. But at the same time,
what'd you sell them for?
So I sold the Nintendo Wii and like 20 games. This is no lie, like 20 games for $200.
That's depending on the games. That's a good deal, bro. You made out.
Really?
That's solid, yeah. Depending on the games. Now, if you had certain one-off games, bro, you probably could have sold it for more.
Okay.
But $200 for 20 games, that's a solid flip, bro. Because you know what? Before the pandemic,
okay.
The Wii market was down, bro. It would be hard for you to sell a Wii with 2 controllers and some games for like $50.
Oh, you know what? And this one had 3 controllers. It had 3 of the nunchuck. So okay.
And now the games are the X factor, because if you had, Zeldas or Pokemons or something like that, sometimes those games are $50+ games, bro. So, but at $200, I'm gonna assume it wasn't a reseller, unless it had specific games. Because $200, you're taking the meat off the bone. So it was somebody who actually wanted to use it. So that's a good deal, bro. And then what about for the PS3?
Same thing. To the same customer. So she actually came by and said, or I met her down in College Grove area. Mm-hmm. I took the Wii and she went through it. She took it home and looked at it, and she said, "Hey, thanks for the game." She messaged me, "Thanks for the system. It's great. My kids love it." I go, "Hey, I got a PS3 with the same amount of games, same characters that you can use combined with the Wii, and for another $200, I can get you that." She goes, "Let's do it." So she literally met me back at the. So I made $400 off both consoles. Systems.
I mean, and that one's a good PS3, $200 that's a solid flip, bro.
Cool.
So that you're square there right
there. After seeing what you were like. Posting games, single games, $50, $60.
Well, that's
like, man, I must have got jacked.
No, that you did good, but again, the X factor is the games. I still think $200 is taking the meat off the bone for a reseller. But if you had, example, I've been looking for this game forever, bro, and I came across NCAA 2014 for the PS3. That game alone selling for like $150 right now. So if I seen something online and I seen a PS3 with 20 games for $200 and I seen that game, I would think about pulling the trigger on it, because I know I would get most of my money back off that one game. I got 19. Now I got 19 other games plus the PS3 I can still make money on. You know what I'm saying? So
you know what I'm digging about this conversation right now, bro, is that you're kicking so much wisdom, so much knowledge here, man. That and it's got to. I mean, you seem like the kind of person that does not give a damn who hears it, because I feel like you think that you believe that there's enough room for everyone. Is that how you feel?
Bro, 100%, bro. So I will kind of go back to a cliche. So obviously, again, I think the end goal for us creating content, being on YouTube, podcasts, we want to generate some money.
Right.
But I do have a bigger purpose in life, bro. And here's my purpose, and here's what I feel my purpose is. I came from the mud, bro. I'm 3722 45th Street. I'm East Dago boy. And this is before everything got built and it started getting hipstered out and all that stuff, bro. I came from the real stuff. And I grew up broke, bro. I didn't have much. And I knew my mom and my pops loved me. And I had my two aunts and my grandma, and they were a little bit more kind of situated as opposed to my mom. My mom wasn't.
Right.
And so I grew up, I came from the mud, bro. Struggled. There's Christmases. I didn't get nothing, bro. And I always felt that. And so I always told myself, like, you know what? When I grow up and I become a father, bro, I'm going to be the greatest dad ever. Because I never met my biological dad either, bro. Like, I never met him one day in my life, bro. So that drove me. I flipped it where some people would say, use that as a crutch, as an excuse. I said, damn with that, bro. Like, there's no way. So just coming from my background, coming from the mud, bro, I knew personally, like, I always loved sports, and I knew I kind of had that dream of going to college and playing sports, but only because of playing sports. I didn't like the school aspect of it, bro. And school's not for everyone. And there's so many successful people that don't go to school. So once I figured out that I wasn't going to go to school, I wasn't going to accomplish a degree, I had to figure out other ways to make money. And that's what I want to kind of do. That's my thing, bro, is ultimately I want to go back to my community, bro. And any community that's kind of just down. And I want to reach out to the youth, bro. I want to let them know, like, hey, there's other ways you can go back. Because when you grow up, you're going to school, all you're told is go to school, go to college, you get a degree, you're going to get a job. So now when you realize, like, school's not for me, but you can be the brightest person in the world. You can have so much talent in the world, but you've been told all your life, go to school or else you're not going to accomplish anything. Now you feel that you failed at school. What do I do? Right. There's so many other avenues. Yeah. So I want to be kind of that person in the community, bro, that can go back and say, hey, I want to teach entrepreneurship. I want to let these kids know, like, hey, if you enjoy baking cookies, there's things you can do to make money off baking cookies.
Right.
If you enjoy painting, if you enjoy playing games, especially now with all the newer technology, there's so many different ways that you can be successful in life without having that typical college education and stuff like that. And I'm not downing it, bro.
Yeah,
I actually admire people who have college degrees. I think it's an accomplishment.
I encourage it, bro.
Yeah. But when you're coming from where I come from, bro, and you in your household, you don't see nobody working. You see people living off the system. And so you don't know no better, bro. So I just want to be that. I want to be that voice for the people who came up like me to say, hey, there's a way out. There's things that you can do. You don't have to repeat this cycle. And ultimately, bro, my purpose is just to end that vicious cycle, bro, and to help others get on, man, and to get that mindset to be not of the victim mentality, bro, but of the mentality that, hey, if I want something, I can go get it. But you're gonna put in that work, though.
That's the truth, man. I think we need to talk about that, man, more often with the lower income families, whether it's white, black, brown, doesn't matter. I think a lot of our people experience that, man. I can talk to you even for myself. I tried to go to college, bro.
Yeah.
I try. First of all, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, man. Yeah. But I've come to terms with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
You have. I think you have to be real with yourself, man. You can't. You
can't fake the funk, bro. You can't fake the funk.
Yeah. If you fake it I've always heard that fake it till you make it, and there's something. There's
certain aspects
truth to that.
Yeah.
There's some truth to that, but there's some. It depends on what you're trying to fake here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What you're trying to make. In my situation, it was like, man, I'm gonna keep going to school. I'm gonna keep trying because I think I was thinking that people had their eyes on me, trying to say, is he gonna make it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was faking it by going and man, I spent so much money on these classes that I ended up dropping at the end of the semester because I was just like, what am I doing?
Because finally, you just wanted you just wanted when someone asked you, like, yeah, I'm going to school. I got 4 classes a semester, so that you can feel better.
So exactly, I was doing it was for ego purposes,
Yeah.
selfish reasons, and then I realized, you know what, dude, this isn't for me, but I can work hard, and I knew how to flip a car. So
Yeah.
I've been down that road. I've slanged cologne.
Yeah.
I've slanged T-shirts.
Yeah.
I've slanged mangoes and pepino with chile and chamoys in a cup, bro.
Fire.
I've done all
Fire.
that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Fire,
I've
bro.
done it, bro. And now I'm on, like I said, I'm on my way to trying this whole pizza thing right now. I mean, it's not set in stone, no pun intended with that, but I definitely am looking to try to hustle something like that. But the podcast is my thing, bro. I love doing this. So
it's.
But go ahead.
I don't know if are you familiar with Gary V?
No, who's Gary V? Talk to me. Maybe
Gary V is just like he's an entrepreneur, bro. So his big thing is so he runs a marketing agency where he does, his company is pretty much in charge for like creating ads for bigger companies and stuff like that. So advertising, like you see Super Bowl ads, they kind of create that stuff.
Okay.
So he actually runs a business, but he does do some of the motivational stuff too. But he's great because he just gives practical advice, bro. And so that's kind of where I listen to a good amount of his stuff. Not as much anymore, but I know I can always go back to his stuff, and it's refreshing to hear because he's always about no excuses. Just being practical, not keeping up with the Joneses, bro. That's
a big one.
Which is a big one, bro. Keeping up with the Joneses, man.
Yeah.
Trying
we
to
all
live.
Want to look fly. And somebody once said, live like a rich man, be a poor man, or something like that. Look like a rich man, being a poor man.
That's
driving that beam, pulling up in a Mercedes in the Beamer, and you got $5 for fuel.
It's garbage, bro. Because it's kind of like along the lines of you going to college because you felt like you had to impress people.
Right, exactly.
By saying you're going to college. It's keeping up with the Joneses, bro. It's like the older I've gotten, throughout these years with my kids and my wife and having my family, bro, like the end of the day, the way I feel about it now is like, I don't give a damn what anyone thinks about me no more, man. Like, as long as my kids and my wife, as long as I have my kids and my wife, bro, and I know they love me, that's the win for me, bro. I won.
Amen to that.
So it's just about, again, the happiness is a key, bro. And going back to the Gary V thing, he always talks about tasting, tasting certain things. Try stuff, figure out, see if you like it. So with the whole pizza thing you're doing, bro, even with reselling, there's days where I'm just like, I don't want to list today. But I think the overall of what I'm doing, I enjoy it, bro.
Yeah.
And with pizza, you had a bad day. There's a bad situation, and you're just like, it becomes overwhelming. But because you're baking, it was an event. So now there's a little bit of pressure behind it,
the perspective behind the purpose.
Yeah, it wasn't just for the fun no more. Now you're like, all right, I got people are gonna actually eat these pizzas now. So now I gotta make sure they're gonna taste good, all that stuff. So that's probably where you felt the pressure, bro. So I wouldn't judge the whole pizza game quite just yet off of that situation.
Hey, I'm willing to learn, bro. I'm willing to learn, and I'm willing to hear that advice. You posted something a while back where it was like it was just a reminder, like to go out and get it because just because you had a bad day doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean? We all have them, and I thought that was key, man. You said it again right now, man. Sometimes you have a bad day and you're just like, man, why am I even doing this, man? Why am I even doing the podcast, man? I have this thing where I try not to get hung up on follows and downloads and stuff like that.
Bro.
I checked the last couple of days and I only had one download in 2 days, and I was like, damn, bro. I mean, was the episode bad? Did people? I mean, you start thinking like, what happened? Yeah. And I go, you know what? Even if no one downloads, I'm gonna keep trucking. I'm gonna stay the course. We're gonna keep going, and hopefully, But I love the title, man.
You gotta stay the course, bro. I mean, just like your podcast says, it's like you never know, bro. You can go 50 episodes with 1-2 downloads, All it takes is for that one episode, bro.
Yeah.
It could be on that 51st episode to where it just pops, and then now it's gone. You know, so
which was the one event that actually propelled you into something that just kind of you were like, what is going on with your social media or with your sales? What was the one thing that really just kind of tipped it over to the next level?
Yeah, bro. So God, I think it was just a accumulation of just of the consistency, bro. So
big one.
So no matter what it is, no matter what you're doing, you got to stay consistent, because once you have momentum in anything, you want to ride that momentum as long as you can, because that momentum is going to get all your stats up, you know, and then it'll kind of go back even kill. But the consistency is key to everything. So I don't want to say it's one thing as far as my content goes. But there's a couple of items that I picked up. Like I picked up, for instance, bro, like a kind of like you know, the doorbells that have like the cameras and stuff.
Yeah.
So I picked up one of those at a garage sale for 75 cents, and it wasn't one of the main brands, but I picked it up for 75 cents, bro, just because I knew, I had a feeling. And when I got home and I looked at the comps, bro, these things were selling for $75. So when you buy something for 75 cents and it sold for $75, like, it gets you thinking, bro. It's like, is this like, did I really just do that?
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
So again, it's just that kind of propelled me into just being more consistent with it. And then I started putting content out there as far as what I'm doing, and people, you know, people look at it and they're, you know, sometimes people now in the reselling community, I get a few people here asking me questions. Hey, Calvin, how do I do this? What do I do this for? So it kind of gets back to, ultimately, I'm helping out a certain demographic of people right now